Yeah, I'm all right. I'm recording. Let's redo the bit that we
Okay.
just did.
Okay.
All right, episode 32. Can you believe it?
Wow. That's like uh five four that's like 5 bits.
What?
Well, hang on, let me double check that. Let me calculator one, two,
Oh, you mean like
three.
binary?
Yeah, what did you think I meant?
Oh, I thought you meant like shaving a haircut 2 bits.
What? What? I don't know what that means.
All right, perfect recreation. Cut.
So solid, solid. All these rehearsals I've been doing have really upped my acting ability.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my god. Shave and a haircut, 2 bits.
Is that what that tune is from?
Yeah.
Oh
Da da
my
da da
god.
da da da.
Bum, bum. That's insane.
2 bits is
No,
a quarter.
yeah, wow. That's crazy. Speaking of conversion rates, for those, so Sweeney Todd is a fun play that I'm involved in.
Yeah.
Um, right now, basically, long story short. And we are the theater that I'm doing it at is like modernizing it, so it's being done in a modern setting. And I think we're doing this for two reasons. The first is for artistic taste, and because the topics that Sweeney Todd covers from like a political standpoint are very relevant today. And secondly, because we don't have a costume budget. Um, so
My favorite
the
part of
direct the
modern
director just
politics was
said,
when insert politician that people don't like here went on stage and just slit a man's throat with a straight razor.
yeah.
That was a bad bit. Let's cut that.
Yeah. So we don't have a costume budget, so the costumes are just like people's clothes, which has to be kind of modern time. So that's why we're doing that. Yeah, but the fun thing is that a lot of Sweeney, there's a lot of the lines in Sweeney Todd that have to do with certain amounts of money, either buying or selling things or making wagers and such.
Yeah.
And one of the main things is the contest where Sweeney and Pirelli kind of do a shave off, and Sweeney
Yeah.
wagers his razors against £5, 5 English pound sterlings in
Mm.
1840 would be the equivalent of 650 US dollars today.
Goddamn.
And I think that's wild, wagering what is in some places a month's rent
That's almost
on.
like one PS5.
Yeah, that's, oh my god. Wait, I'm going to suggest that to the director.
Yeah, somebody brings in their PS5 from home and that's what they put on the table.
No, it's just I wager these razors against your PS5.
Oh god, I wonder if there are any like shaving games on the PS5. Hold on a second.
I don't know how good a shaving game would
I
be.
don't know
But
either, but
this
I feel like there's got to be like a barbershop simulator, like a Papa's
Oh,
Barbershoperia, you
probably.
know?
Oh, there's definitely like a Papa's barber shop.
Um,
Um, but yeah, so completely unrelated. I was the suggester, so I think you should tell us what did you think? What are we talking about this week?
I've really been over the past couple weeks. I've started thinking in Australian, like
Yeah?
my inner thoughts, like the voice that I hear in my head now has an Australian accent because I've been watching a lot of like Australian TV recently.
Sure. Sure.
And
You know what? I do that sometimes.
I can't do an Australian accent though. It's like when I hear when I'm thinking of something to say, I like hear myself say it in my head and have a perfect Australian accent, and then I go to actually say it, and I don't have an Australian accent, so it just sounds
That's so
weird.
tough.
It's like you ever seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I have.
Do you remember the bit where he's got a Dennis has a British accent in his bed,
Yep.
or oh my
Yep.
god, in his head, and then he goes
Yep.
and he's like, "Stop, Chorley." That's basically what happens to me, but it's Australian instead.
Yeah, yeah. I have the opposite problem where if I start thinking in an accent too often, then I'll unintentionally start speaking in it,
Well, you can actually
which is
do like accents and voice acting type shit.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
a problem. It's like it's a funny voice thing when I'm around people that don't have that accent. But if I'm around somebody that's like actually English or Australian and I start subconsciously mimicking them, it just makes me look like an asshole. Yeah. So it's a curse that
The
I have a lot of fun with.
I was thinking we should do an episode where like you just do a Scottish accent throughout the whole episode, and we don't address it at all. And we go back to normal afterwards, but just you're Scottish for one episode. I think this is a good bit.
Just one episode? Should we do like a Scottish movie, or should it be
No,
completely
no.
unrelated?
We'll do like The Other Guys, starring Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, 2010.
Okay.
But you'll just have a Scottish accent.
Sure. Sure. Oh, maybe we do that when we do whatever the movie where Robert Downey Jr. does blackface, because then
Oh,
it's
Tropic
like
Thunder.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tropic Thunder. Because
The two most, oppressed
two things that
minorities
don't
are
get
black
addressed.
people and Scottish
Yes.
people. So, who
Yeah,
are the
yeah,
black
tell me.
Scottish? I know the black Irish, but who are the black Scottish?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this another callback to the Black Irish?
I realize what that means. Apparently, the black Irish used to be like a colloquial, like a derogatory thing to say to Irish immigrants. Like black in this case meaning like like the Black Plague or just like something that's bad that's come to town. And it's like the black Irish is like the bad Irish.
That
but
that
now
kind of has like a double-edged sword, Jesus, because people really hated the Irish.
yeah, I mean, now I mean that's not really seen as much anymore. But
Yeah,
there's
especially
still that
thanks to
connection.
Jacksepticeye, he
Nobody's more
ended
Irish than
racism.
Barack Obama.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, have you seen oh my God, what's that Mel Brooks movie?
What's that
Blazing
Mel Brooks
Saddles?
movie? Great, narrowing it down right there.
Have you seen Blazing Saddles?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I can't say any of the lines from that movie on tape, but I think you know the one that I'm talking about, considering we were just talking about being racist against Irish.
I got a sake juice box in front of me right now. I found
A
this at
juice box?
Yes, I was going to
Okay,
the.
it's like a cardboard juice box with a little
Yes.
plastic straw. And it's just got
I'll
sake
take
in
a
it.
photo and I'll send it. But
That's awesome.
yeah, I went to the liquor store, and I was looking for they had like a nice sake there, and then they have this in like a little juice box, and I got it and I was saving it for sometime on the podcast. That's not really an interesting story. I'm vamping so that I can actually send you the image.
Oh my God, it is. It is. It's a
And on the
little.
other side, there's
It's a little
a
cardboard
straw.
juice
It's like a
box.
little Capri Sun thing.
That's awesome. I want like a box of these.
Yeah, they came in like a whole box, but I just grabbed one.
Holy shit! No, I need so many of these.
But yeah,
I
we're
think
gonna taste
these
test
like
this unboxing.
I think these would actually be able to finally give me the crippling alcohol addiction that I've been trying to achieve for so many years. That'll.
Oh my God, Jesus, this is. Well, I just spilled sake all over myself.
Well, now you gotta lick it up.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Oh, that's so sad.
Jesus Christ. I mean, it's
Well,
boxed.
you know who else loves sake?
I mean, it's boxed wine. I don't know what I was thinking. Why I expected it to be good.
It's crazy that they would just sell it in like a little juice box.
I mean, this has been like in a cabinet at room temperature for the last 3 weeks, so I don't know if there's
That
anything...
probably isn't helping.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know if I could have done anything to help with that, but did I tell you I had a coworker who tried to invite me and some other people to go to his apartment and drink boxed wine with him.
Just drink boxed wine?
Yeah, like a couple months ago we were talking about like having a party. There's we got something done as a team, and we were talking about like having a little celebration, and we were like, oh, we'll probably have it at someone's house, and he's like, well, you can come over to my party. I've got like some mead from this farmer's market and some boxed wine, and we're like, I think we're gonna do it at this guy's apartment instead.
Yeah, I think the only thing I've bought a lot of boxed wine in the past, but the only thing I've ever actually used it for was trial runs of my homemade reflux still.
Oh wow.
Because it's just an easy, mildly high proof liquid.
That's yeah, that's a choice.
It's not very cost effective, but it's really easy to get a lot of it.
Yeah, I suppose if you need something that has alcohol in it, it's either boxed wine or like Natty Light.
Yeah, so we just and it was the difference because we were
If you don't
trying to
wanna care
make
about,
liquor,
like,
so
the
we're not going to
quality.
distill liquor, and we also had a 5-gallon pot that we needed to fill. So boxed wine was the cheapest, like ABV to dollar ratio that we could reason.
I wonder if you could like ferment tea leaves or something like that and make a tea liqueur. I wonder if that's something that's people have done.
Well, I think the deal with that is once like anything that's not a grain or has sugar in it, you can
Yeah,
put into a liquor, and it's just you're not fermenting it, you're infusing it.
I think
Like
that yeah
that's what
that's the best you could probably hope for is basically
um
like holy shit instead of using water for your tea using like
mhm.
liquor.
That's I think that's just called a hot toddy.
All right, segueing. Yeah, so oh my god, it's been however many minutes. Let's talk about the movie. Um, so we watched The Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole, um,
Banger.
directed by
Banger
Zack
alert.
Snyder, based on the book
Yep.
series The Guardians of Ga'Hoole by Kathryn
Yep.
Lasky.
The guy who did the freaking Justice League movie.
I would
And
say
you know what?
probably more well known. Well, yeah.
The
Also,
CGI in this was better.
it is kind of crazy how good this movie looked. This was a very
Right?
good looking movie.
It's such a good looking movie. Like you could see the
There's
fucking feathers
colors and
on the
shit, man.
owls.
I'm
Yeah.
shocked. There's colors. Oh my
It's just
god.
it's weirdly high fidelity for a purely CGI 2010 movie. Like this movie came out in 2010.
A lot of attention to detail with like the owls themselves as well. Like the owls are all
Yeah.
we have different breeds of owls, right? We have snowy owls, barn owls, great horned owls,
Mhm.
gray something or other, screech owls, and they're all like different sizes. There's like a lot of really great texture work on the feathers.
Mhm.
There's even I only noticed this once, but it might have been a couple other places as well. Like they blink and you can see their like second and third eyelids going across their eyes as well. Like there's one scene
Yeah.
where the Nazi chick was like standing and addressing, and she blinked, and like one of the eyes had like a third eyelid going across. Um,
Yeah, no, the visual attention to detail in this movie is so above par for like what it is.
the action is not bad. I I am mixed on Zack Snyder's cinematography sometimes, particularly the slow motion, and he likes to do like a shaky cam thing sometimes.
Yes, he
Um,
does love his slow-mo shaky cam. We see that a lot with like every scene with the Flash in it.
he does not really do the shaky cam here,
Mhm.
but there's a little bit of slow motion. I think it's executed well enough. The one gratuitous use of slow motion that I noticed was when the big bad is meeting with a spy, and then the spy goes to leave. It just like cuts to a really drawn out slow motion shot of the spy leaving,
Yeah.
um, for like no reason. But I think all the
Yeah.
other uses of slow motion are all right and actually make
Mhm.
sense. Do we want to explain the plot of this movie?
Yeah, so do you wanna take that since this is your first time watching it, or you want me to give it a run?
Um, sure. So this is based on a children's book series. The early 2000s was really like a golden age for children's book series involving animals in some way.
Yep.
Like Animorphs, Warrior Cats, I think.
Yep.
Wasn't
Well,
there
I'm glad
something
yep,
about like
Warrior Cats.
dragons or
There
like
was something about dragons. There's probably a wolf one too.
oh, I'm sure. But there's like this was like the time. This
Yeah.
series started in 2003. This was the time for like children's books about animals that are
Mhm.
strangely dark, but kind of get away with it because it's animals and not humans doing violence to each other.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, I think that's a pretty great storytelling method to address, like, harsh, dark topics that
Huh.
kids will understand at some point in life, try to kind of ease them into it and use a nice, friendlier theme, like, instead of, people getting gutted and stabbed and slimed and burned, it's just, like, owls getting gutted and stabbed and slimed and
The
burned.
kids need to understand that they're going to
Horrific
go to
violence.
war. You know,
Yeah. War never changes.
this is not really a funny bit. We're just kind of saying shit.
No,
Um,
we're just being pro anti people.
yeah.
Um,
I am a pro at being anti people for sure.
you are very good at being anti people. This is true. Okay, let's maybe we pivot away from this because every time we talk about how much you hate everything, it just downward spirals for the rest of the episode.
It really does. I did read these books when I was a kid. I'm not sure if you did.
Really?
Um,
I did not. My first introduction to this universe was the movie when my girlfriend first had me watch it with her.
That checks out. I'm not sure if I ever saw the movie. I suspect not. Um, but no, I might have. I think I remember. I remember seeing like the video game for the Wii and the DS. I think I remember seeing that. I'm not sure if I ever actually saw the movie. Um, but this covers I think the first like 3 or 4 books. I think the first 3 books in this. I've not read this in genuinely like 20 years, so I'm just guessing here. But oh yeah, picture of the owl. 100%. To clarify this, I guess this will be the image for the episode. Cylinder just sent me a photo of a metal beak, the big bad for this, and said "video game ass helmet texture." So that's going to be the caption and picture for this episode.
Can we find a picture of Metalbeak without his mask, and we edit him to be wearing a Skyrim Nord
I'm just
helmet?
going to take a normal owl and put the mask on him. I'll take like a
Yeah,
normal whatever barn owl he's supposed to be.
perfect, perfect, perfect.
Um, yeah. So this is I don't know, man. Owls are people. Soren is a
Yeah,
young owl. He's got an older brother, Clud, and a younger sister, Eglantine.
yep.
They're barn owls. They live in a tree. They fall out of the tree. They get kidnapped by owl Nazis who believe that barn owls are the best owls. Um,
As you do.
Soren doesn't want to be a Nazi. Clud is fine with it. Yeah, there's like a barn owl supremacist militia that's like kidnapping children and indoctrinating them into their army. And so
Hmm.
Soren goes and joins like the counter militia that is the Guardians of Gahul, and then they fight, and that's basically the movie.
It really is like a serious set of like genuinely horrific topics and settings that is
Yeah,
just really lightened by the fact that they're owls.
yeah, they do like brainwash the children by like
Yeah.
forcing them to stare at the moon until they become moon blinked, and basically
Yes.
having them do like manual labor. I think at one point when they get brought into the camps, they literally say something like, "You will repay our kindness with labor," and they've like kidnapped these like children, and they're forcing them to like basically they're trying to get like these metal flecks, and they're forcing them to like go through these like pellets and find like these metal flecks. So the children yearn for the mines, I suppose is what I'm trying to say.
That's basically the theme of this whole film.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really is. It's some crazy shit. Like the main character and his brother were both like taken in the night by these supremacists. And
Which for
luckily
owls
they
is the
only
equivalent of broad daylight.
yes, this is true. It literally in broad daylight.
Yeah.
And then thankfully, only one of them was successfully indoctrinated into this, and by literally being told, I think it was the older brother too, because the older brother was like having trouble with flying, which is a pretty important thing for
Yeah.
owls to be able to do, and his younger brother was picking it up quicker than he was. So we've already got a pretty
That's
decent
really real
lead.
though. Like I have a younger
Yeah.
brother, and if he ever started to do something better than I could do it, I would 100% like join the Metal Beak Youth to get back at him. Like that's just what having a brother is like.
Yeah, it's just that's just like sibling core,
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
You're an only child, right?
No, I have a younger sister.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's just it's very balanced because I'm a lot better than my younger sister at the things that she's bad at, and she's much better than me in everything else. So it's it's yeah, keep up the family dynamic. That is basically, unfortunately, that is kind of the opposite of what happens in this movie. When they get captured, they are both kind of like,
Unfortunate. The
thankfully
younger brother wins.
they are, members, these 2 main character owls, they are members of the superior race, and so the Nazis are like, "Hey, you wanna, like, do some genocide?" And they're both like, "No, no," but then they're like, "Hey, older brother, you're, like, cool and stuff. Nobody's ever told that you before." And he's like, "Oh, no way."
In fairness, like
Um,
the parents, like the dad, really did show a lot of favoritism to Soren.
oh, 100%. But that's because he was the main character. So
Yeah.
of course
Clud
he
should have
did.
understood that he was not the main character, and therefore his life is worthless.
No, literally, Metal Beak. I think there's a serious relation here in like the
A
level of plot
bijection?
armor that thinks yeah, there's a bijection between these two
That
pieces
took
of
a
cinema
second.
in the fact that Metalbeak was the bad guy and he kept his helmet on the whole time. And in the same way that in every Warhammer cinematic, keeping your Space Marine helmet on means you have zero plot
I
armor.
That was not where I thought you were going to go with that. I thought you were going to do like the KKK have their masks.
Oh, no, no, no. Not everybody that has a mask is a bad guy, but if you do keep your face covered, it means you're not as memorable and so you're more likely to die.
Well, I think that after a certain point, the helmet can also become your face. If not everyone has like the same helmet. Like he had a unique enough helmet that basically was. They mentioned that he's missing his beak, so he has the metal beak on his helmet to like be his beak.
This is true. This is true.
But yeah, I'm
But
glad that
yeah,
you're getting into Warhammer so we can get like the zinging space helmeted space marines joke out of the way.
uh-huh. I found this video actually online that was posted recently, and it's a 2-hour like video documentary of the theology of Warhammer, and I'm like an hour and a half in, and dude, this shit is crack.
Yeah, it's the Holy Roman Empire in space with a
It's
little bit
it's
of
like the
Spanish Inquisition.
it's like the best thing ever.
Yeah, we love Catholic
Oh my
space
god,
Nazis.
dude, Catholic space Nazis are actually my favorite theme. Like if
I
I knew about this in high school, I'd be a different person.
yeah, that's you probably would have been in a darker place.
Yeah.
I've unironically met a couple of pure ones in my day-to-day life, and
Oh god.
no, I not tell you about the. I can't get too much into this because if I say too much, then they'll know exactly where I lived at this point in time. um, but I've moved around a bit, and one of the reasons why I left the place where I was there were a bunch of those sort of militia types wandering around. One of my friends worked at a local restaurant, and he had to tell the guy, "No, you can't actually bring your assault rifle in here," and he got so mad.
Wow.
Yeah,
I feel like you don't want to piss off the guy with an assault rifle.
yeah, but that was his job. He earned minimum wage doing that, so.
That's hey, respect. I would not die for a minimum wage job, but you know, this country needs more people that would.
Well, now he works for the county as a
Oh,
lineman somewhere, so
oh, okay.
that's. I mean, he earns a lot more doing that, but
That sounds about right. Hang on, let me
yeah,
throw off the audience by zooming into another random address and reading it out loud.
yeah, that's a good bit.
Yeah, hang on, hang on. Let me get this. I've been actually, I'm really interested in Greenwich recently, not for any particular reason, but because I think it's horrendous and disgusting that England is the center of the world geographically.
Yeah, it's because they
Um,
owned most of the world for a little bit,
I know I hate it.
and
Let's
they
see. Let's
decided that
take
the
a.
Prime Meridian is there.
Yep. 30 Carlton Gardens, Bath, BA2 4QG UK.
Mm.
If anybody lives there, go fuck yourselves. All right, continuing on.
The highest proportion of viewers of our show that is not me watching the episode back to make sure it's right come from Memphis, Tennessee. So two of our
That's
like dozen unique viewers on Spotify are from Memphis, Tennessee. We'll have to cut that starting at some point, but
yeah. So running back to the movie, I guess
yes.
there's a very iconic part of this movie that I like to quote with my girlfriend. Pretty much anytime we speak to each other.
All right.
And it's when they're first trying to find the Guardians of Ga'Hoole, and you know they get the D&D adventure party together, and there's the main character, the big owl, the little owl, and the doubter, um, the one
Elfie,
who
Gilfie.
doubts. Yeah, the little one.
Whenever they said Gilfie, I know it's like Gylfie, but I kept hearing like Gilfy.
Here it is, the echidna. 'Twas foretold. It was foretold. It was
Okay.
foretold. This guy is undoubtedly the best character in this entire movie.
The echidna.
The echidna. Basically, for context for our viewers, a group of owls that is a de facto Dungeons and Dragons adventuring party searching for the people that will save the world don't know where it is. So they come up upon the Sea of Hulamir. By the way, almost every location in this fucking movie is some kind of owl pun.
No, Hool's a
And
guy.
they,
Hool
yeah,
was a guy in
yeah.
the series.
Wait, is he like a man?
Yeah.
Like a human male?
No, he's just like an owl.
Oh,
The Coming of Hool is one of the books. It's like a
Jesus.
yeah, the hatching and the early life of Hool. Yeah, Hool grows up with Grank,
That's
Theo,
crazy.
and a young pygmy owl named Phineas.
Phineas. That's awesome. But yeah, basically these guys they get upon this they get to like the edge of the land here and they got to cross the ocean but they don't really know which way to go. So they need to find this fortune teller, this guy that knows everything, the secret holder and he comes up and he's this little echidna with a lot of the tips of his spikes painted blue and he's got like a fade on his face. This guy is just dripping
He's got the
fashion.
frosted tips.
Right, he's got the frostiest tips and the most sass that I've ever seen in a four-legged animal. This motherfucker is so confident that he knows what was foretold or not. He actually just like misidentifies and denies the existence of somebody that doubts him. And honestly, that's the kind of skepticism I hope to achieve in life.
You'll really like Warhammer because there's a couple of the Chaos Gods in that setting are very real, like they
Hmm.
exist, and there
Yeah.
are multiple people who are just hardline atheists. There's a famous scene where one of these guys who's like a Chaos Space Marine, Slanesh, one of the Gods, starts manifesting in front of him, and he gives him a heart attack, and he basically just injects himself with a bunch of drugs to stay alive, and he's like, "Nope, not happening. Just a panic attack. Nothing's going wrong with me."
Well, I mean, isn't it true that the chaos gods and things in the warp are like born of collective emotion? So in
Yeah,
theory, if there's enough atheists, then
that's
problem solved.
that was literally the Emperor's plan, and it didn't
Yeah,
really work.
right? Well, wasn't the Emperor's plan to like subvert the need for the warp with the webway?
Uh,
And then
Warp
Horus was
travel
like,
specifically,
"Nuh-uh."
yeah. He was trying to subvert the need for warp travel so that humanity could grow to be a psychic race within safety.
Yes. Yeah, and then Horus was like, and then he tried to kill him, but then Sanguinius, my G, my God, I love Sanguinius. That guy is so fucking based. Um, laid down his life, and then the Emperor killed him.
He was there at Iwo Jima.
Yep,
Yeah. One of
he
my
was there with my
one of
dad
my
and
teachers when I was in like grade 5 insisted that he was at Iwo Jima, but he was not nearly old enough to be there, so I don't know what was up with that. I don't know why I'm remembering this randomly.
It's okay. Half of the times that I went to like a dive bar in the town that I went to college at, there would be this old guy, and it was a different old guy almost every time that kept claiming he was in different battalions in like different wars. And I'm just telling you, no shot, no fucking way. I do not believe that any of these people ever actually fought in the battle.
I think that the teacher was actually in the army because he served long enough to get his pension, and then was a public school teacher long enough that he could get that pension, and then
Yeah.
was just pension maxing, I think.
Okay. Because if he fought in Iwo Jima, that means he would have been a World War II vet, and there's not a
Yeah.
whole lot of World War II vets
No, he was
left.
not old enough. He was, middle aged, but he was not old enough to be in World War II at the time that I went
Crazy.
to school.
Absolutely wild, like just fabrication to hold true to yourself and your
Obviously
students.
false, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of like lying about things with a straight face, though. So I kind of, I kind of
Yeah,
get
you
it.
do that a lot.
It's a
I
great
also
bit to
used
say
to do
something
that a
that's.
lot, but I felt it like deteriorated my value as a human, so I stopped doing it.
Yeah, you decided to stop, stealing valor.
I wanted people to believe the things that I said when I said them, so I stopped lying.
I don't know why I did this, dude. We've got all right, 2 bits, no more, no less.
No more, no less. Just like the haircut.
Oh my god, shave
That's
and
right.
a
Callback
haircut.
of the century.
God, I need a shave.
Me, fuck. I should. Oh shit. I actually have my headshots today. I should clean up my face.
Oh yeah, you're getting
Um,
shot in the head.
hmm with a whole bunch of photons
JFK
from
Maxim.
a camera. Yeah. You know who else died because of a camera? The
Who?
racers in Cars 2.
Oh, what? Have you just been watching like children's movies with your girlfriend for the past however long?
No, I just have the plot of Cars 2 in my head.
I think I did watch Cars 2, but I don't remember it.
It was the one that was a spy movie.
Yeah, I remember that part. I remember there's a bit about pistachio ice cream,
Yeah, but it
and
was
Mater's like he
wasabi
did
and
what in his ice cream?
explodes. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to go to the movies a lot because they had like a it was like Mondays were super cheap or something like that, and I didn't
hmm
have TV, so I just like went to the movies a ton, like
Oh,
whenever there was a movie, even if it was dog shit.
yeah. I mean, according to the fourth Thor movie, Dr. Jane Foster does cite that Interstellar explains Einstein-Rosen bridges very well.
I also saw like all the Marvel movies live in the theater too.
Mhm.
God, I wasted so much time.
Yeah, I'm very glad that I stopped seeing Marvel movies in the theater after Endgame.
Oh no, I didn't see them after Endgame. No, no, no.
Oh, okay.
This was like pre Endgame, but I was watching like the Thors and the Iron Man 3s and the whatever.
Yeah. It has been really sad as I've been rewatching all of these, just like up from Iron Man 1 to Endgame, watching the quality of Tony's armor just steadily deteriorate.
In terms of like production value, yeah.
Yeah, in terms of like production value and visual
Oh my
quality.
god,
Like it was so cool
you can
in
see the
Iron
behind
Man
the
1.
scenes in the first Iron Man where he's actually wearing like the upper body of the armor in every shot.
Yeah.
And it's
And then there's
like
like a there's a scene of like an interview with him where he talks about how much he hated wearing the helmet. And so that he just said, I'm not wearing the helmet anymore, CG it in. And that's why it looks so stupid.
we're at 40 minutes in and we need to start talking about this movie because I do not have time to edit this week. Um
It's okay. I have to leave in like 20 minutes. So, all right,
okay.
let's run through this. Let's run through this. How does this movie end? This movie actually ends on a cliffhanger. So the main character Soren's Nazi brother turned Nazi after the Nazis exploited his deepest and darkest insecurities.
He wanted a
Being that
girlfriend.
he basically just wanted a girlfriend. Um, at the end, there's an epic
TFW
fight.
no barn owl GF. Kill me.
What? Okay.
That's 2
Um,
bits, no more, no less.
2 bits, no more. No, we had the one at the beginning that we didn't even record.
Yeah.
And then we had to do it live.
Oh my god. Fuck.
We're doing it live.
Talk. Say words about the
Um,
movie.
Yeah, and so there's big like brother versus brother fight at the end of the movie, and Soren tries to get his brother Clud back to the side of good, or at least the side of Western capitalist values. Um,
Hell yeah, brother.
and basically there's like a big forest fire, and I don't know if you know this, but owls live in trees, so that's typically not good for them when they're
I
on
didn't know
fire.
that. Thank you.
And so there's this whole thing where they're like fighting, and it's like, ooh, boom, owl, boom, claws, and they're pecking at each other and saying mean things. And then
It is
one thing
really
Blades,
brutal.
yeah, it is
They're like
honestly,
grabbing each other out of midair and like tossing them into like rocks and stuff.
yeah, genuinely a better choreographed fight than most Marvel movies.
I don't
And you
think
can
that's a high
actually,
bar
the
to
biggest
clear.
biggest difference between this movie, the fights in this movie and Marvel movies, is that you can actually fucking see the fights in this movie, and it's not just a 30-minute segment of cuts,
I think the
of
Marvel
cut
movies need to
jumps.
have more slow mo in them.
Yeah, me too. They could take a page out of Zack Snyder's book. They should just slow mo every fight and CG the entire thing so they don't have to choreo the actors.
You know what's fucked up?
What?
Zack Snyder's name is Zack, not Zach. And I've been calling him Zack Snyder for like years, but that's not actually how his name is spelled. I figured that out earlier today.
Yeah, it is phonetically Zack. Um, Crazy bit, dude. 2 bits,
Two bits, no more, no less.
no
yeah.
more, no less.
There's a bijection between the bits.
Yeah, and it has to be a good bijection. I think there was. I think we were talking. What was even the first thing we were talking about? It was some stupid shit with haircuts and binary, and then the other good bit was the Warhammer bit.
I do love that. Like the first episode that we put on YouTube after the Dirty Dozen was supposed to be me introducing Warhammer to you, and we just didn't do that. Remember that?
And then it ended up happening naturally.
Look, dude, we've got 5 bits worth of episodes. We've got to start doing like clip shows. We got to go. Remember the time when, and it's like and go back and play clips from earlier episodes.
We should we're on episode 32. The next 68 episodes are just gonna be that.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. Except they're all gonna be like 20 seconds, and it's just one bit from all the previous episodes.
Okay, let's talk about the movie.
I never even finished my earlier thought. So they're fighting, the brothers, they're fighting, and it's really gruesome. And by the end of it, Clud, I think, gets his wing clipped or something, and he falls into the fire.
His wing's broken, yeah.
His wing is broken, and he falls into the fire. And it's bad because it's his brother, and Soren is sad, and it's like the movie just ends. We never find out in the movie what happens to Clud. Spoiler, you read the books. I know what happens. Do we want to just tell the audience what happens to Clud?
Clud becomes the new Metal Beak. He grabs the mask and becomes Hitler 2.0 in a very similar manner to the man who killed Hitler and then the Bigfoot. After Hitler is killed, a body double takes his place. And Soren is the Sam Elliott in this case, and Clud is the Hitler. Also, in the later books, Soren, like, I distinctly remember a scene where Soren, like, shoves a bunch of burning coals in Clud's mask, and it like melts onto his face.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and there's like a description.
That's intense.
Yeah, and there's it really is like an Anakin on Mustafar sort of situation, and there's a scene where like Clud then escapes and is like taken in and like nursed back to health by like a random hermit, like a monk dude, literally like a religious monk, and then Clud kills him.
Oh.
Yeah.
These are some intense books.
Like I said, you can get away with a lot of shit if it's to, like, animals and not people. It's in the same way as, like, you know, if it's a robot, you can do whatever violence you want to it, like, even though and keep, like, a PG rating, even if it would have gotten you, like, an R rating if it was a human. Same thing.
You think
with
that's going
animals.
to change in the next, like, couple of decades?
No, I think kids need to be more exposed to violence.
I think kids need to be more exposed to violence, specifically against clankers.
I think for a long time, like, violence was all right, but anything sexual was out of the window. And now sex and gambling is back in. I think violence might actually be back out for the next little while.
This is true. There is like a lot of sex and gambling themes in modern children's movies
that are just like there, or just like ads on normal television.
Yeah, like if we're taking this from like a very literal sense, I think kids.
Do you want to talk about the decline of Western culture on this movie about owls?
Like children are naturally prone to violence, but kids fight each other. That's just a thing that happens.
Yeah.
The everybody else is a pedophile. None of them have been arrested. And that's where we end the episode.
No, we still need to rate this.
You put up on the screen the entire Epstein files.
I see if Clud is in the Epstein files.
Clud is in the Epstein files. No, Clud's not in the Epstein files, but the fucking Nazi lady, she was.
The Nazi lady gave big Ghislaine Maxwell vibes. She was
definitely on that. She was probably working with the bitch that owned the orphanage that was feeding the island children.
Yeah. Well, in the books, though, the Nazis like took over the orphanage. Like it was just its own fucked up little thing.
Yeah, which honestly, I think that's what happens in real life. It's this one rich bitch that like buys Eastern European orphanages that are getting run down, and then like just takes the children.
Yeah,
that's like how they were doing it. This movie has a 1-to-1 bijection with Epstein's Island.
It's called Passive Income. You never heard of it?
Oh that's so bad.
I'm not sure if I can leave that in.
No, I don't think you can. It's like, yeah, dude, it's not that bad. We just do the same thing like farmers do.
Subsistence farming with children.
It's like, oh my god, it's literally Promise Neverland.
Fuck.
If you haven't seen that, it's a very good manga. I would give it a read.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
You know when I
Promise
say that
Neverland?
this episode is unusable? This episode is unusable. What the fuck am I gonna do?
All right, do we want to rate this?
Sure, I don't want to be talking anymore.
Okay.
Um, you recommended this. Say the scale.
Sure. How we do this every week? We fucking rate our little piece of whatever we review on our scale that makes enough sense to post on the internet, which is a low bar. And the gist of the scale is we have two axes that we focus on. We take a look at how neo-isomorphic something is and how relatable it is. We rate it on how neo-isomorphic it is on a scale from 1 to 4, and how relatable it is on a scale from -1 to -4. We also then, after we do those, we also have the additional peak or squeak scale, which is on a score from 100 to -100. Peak and squeak respectively. We then, after rating its neo-isomorphic and relatability scores, we add the two together, and the closer that total is to 0, the better the ranking is on the scale. That does not mean that the closer it is to 0, the better piece of media it is. That just means it's more neo-isomorphic, I guess. So kicking it off, how neo-isomorphic do we think this film was?
In this movie, there's a young boy who is told tales by his father of like ancient heroes, and he wants to be just like them. And his older brother says, "You're a fucking idiot. You're a stupid fucking poser, and you're never going to be anything when you grow up." And then the brother becomes a Nazi. And I think that that's a pretty neo-isomorphist chain of events. So I would say like a 3.
I would give this a 3. I think that is a pretty neo-isomorphic chain of events. You're a fucking idiot. You're a poser. Proceeds to become a Nazi.
Also, Jeffrey Rush voices Ezelrib, and Jeffrey Rush is a high-ranking neo-isomorphist. So
Jeffrey, this is very true. We got to
hold
get
on.
him
Let
on
me double
another-
check
on
that he's
an
not a
episode.
sex offender. Hold on, I got to check this.
Hugo Weaving, I would also put him pretty up there.
Hugo
He
Weaving
played
is
Elrond.
also Hugo Weaving is the dad and a random guy that dies, and
Yeah.
he's just in this movie for some reason.
He is in this movie, but he plays Elrond, so that's immediate like
Legal
infinite
issues.
clout.
Oh, Jeffrey Rush. Legal issues, further allegations.
Oh man.
I mean, we had to get rid of
man.
Michael Jackson's neo-isomorphist card for that. So
Yeah. Well, that's why it's a 3 and not a
he's
4.
in Finding Nemo.
Wow.
How relatable
All right,
is
relatability.
this?
I think this film and this story that it tells has a certain kind of like a deeper connection to it. One of the first things that we did when we were talking about this movie was immediately talk about how this came from the golden age of children's books and how these kinds
Dark
of
children's books about animals specifically.
yeah, exactly. And I think those kinds of children's books defined the like deeper personalities of a lot of people that we know.
Younger
probably
millennials, older
including-
Zoomers, yeah.
Yeah, probably including you and I. So I think there's a certain there even though we are not owls going on an
Well, speak
epic
for
quest to
yourself.
save the world and kill our Nazi brother. You might be, but I'm not, and so there's not a 1-to-1 bijection, so it doesn't count.
All right,
Um,
between the two of us, which one's Claude and which one's Soren?
I think you're Soren. No, I think I'm definitely Soren. You're definitely Claude. Are you kidding me?
I don't even know why I asked that question. I think we know the answer.
That's so like.
This is a bad bit.
You were,
All right, 2 bits,
you were
no more, no
literally
less.
talking about you earlier mentioned in the episode
Yeah,
that if your brother like did that much better than you, your younger brother, then you would also go join the Owl Nationalists. Like
we should get him on the podcast. We should get my brother and your sister on the podcast, and we should just like beat the shit out of them for being younger than us.
no, my sister would win.
What?
Yeah, she's tough as fuck.
I guess you are.
I am I'm lean, but I'm not mean. I'm
I'm not
not
sure
mean.
about that. I think you're a
It
pretty
is.
mean man.
I not physically. So we haven't settled how relatable this. Wait, oh, who are we kidding? I'm Claude.
Yeah,
You're literally Claude, and I'm
he's
literally
literally
Soren.
me.
This is at least a 3.
Ryan Gosling, move out of the way for Ryan Owlett, because he's literally
Yeah,
me.
yeah, literally. I think we have to give this at least a 3 or a 4.
I could
For
go 4.
relatability.
I think it's been a while. We've been giving like a 2 and a 3 for a long time, so I think it's fine that we go to a 4. Peak or squeak?
Honestly, I think giving this any less than like a 40 peak is just absurd.
That would be like a 7 out of 10. I can see that. The thing is, I think this movie has a lot of problems story-wise. Like, it's really fast-paced because it's adapting 3 books.
Yeah.
It's not super compelling as a story. It is, children slop, but it's executed very well.
Yep.
I think the Owl City song is very jarring, even though it is a good bit to have Owl City in there.
Yeah.
It's a very jarring inclusion, and I think that's the only like real miss as far as the visuals and music go.
Yeah.
So honestly, I'd be fine giving this like a 40% just based off the strength of the visuals and animation. But I don't think story-wise I can put it much higher than that. So if you had to pick something
Honestly,
between 40 and 50,
I agree with that. I think we could settle on like a solid 45.
I'd be down with that, yeah.
Okay, 45% peak. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Honestly, I think this is the most agreed we've been on the ratings of a piece of media in a while.
This is one of the most like normal movies we've watched for a while.
It
It's not
isn't-
it's not like super good like Ron. It's not bad. It's not mid. It's just it's on the it's on the upper side of mid or the lower side of good is what I would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they don't really make movies like that anymore.
No, they don't make movies like this anymore. Like even in the slightest, this style of CGI has not been seen in a long time.
We should watch the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
That's like a new one, right?
Yeah, that's new. I don't know why I said that.
I don't really want to watch.
I
that
don't want to
movie.
watch that either. I hate children. All right, what are we doing next week?
This is I don't know. What are we doing next week?
Good question. So since we just finished watching an animated movie about birds, I wanted to continue the streak.
We're gonna do another animated movie about birds?
And it's been seeing a bit of a resurgence recently, and it's a movie that is near and dear to my heart for a couple stupid reasons. I think that we should go and take a look at the best right-wing propaganda movie ever made, Angry Birds 2016.
God damn it! I knew you were gonna say the Angry Birds movie.
I am more
how-
familiar with the Angry Birds movie 2016 than I would like to be. Irregardless,
How many times have you seen this movie?
disregarding like the fact that it's been popping up in meme culture, it's been popping up in oh my god, disregard the sake juice box is getting to me. Disregarding the fact that it's been popping up in meme culture again recently, I have seen this movie like 4 or 5 times.
Why?
So the first time I saw this movie, this must have been like 2017 or 2018, because this was before I moved and I still had Netflix. Yeah, it must have been like early 2018. There was like a tornado. There were a bunch of tornadoes going through our area. And so I went to like the basement of this house I was renting, and I had like a little shitty TV in there, and it was the only TV in the house, because I don't normally watch TV. But I had like a little shitty TV in storage, and so I set it up and got on Netflix on it, and I was like under tornado watch for like several hours. And for some reason, I decided to watch the Angry Birds movie because it was just on like the front page. And then we had another tornado warning. So then I still had the TV set up, and I went down, and the Angry Birds movie was on there. And I was like, sure, I'll watch it again. I'll just have like something on in the background, so like because there's tornado sirens going on outside. And so I watched it again. And then we had another tornado warning. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll just watch it again, because I thought it could be a good bit to have like the Angry Birds movie memorized, and so I
Holy
watched it
shit.
again, and I might have watched it one more time.
Wait, what the fuck? Mr. Beast is in the third Angry Birds movie?
Yeah, I think I did watch the Angry Birds movie too when it came out because I was familiar with the first one and it was not good, and I was like, why did I waste my time doing this? This is stupid.
No, the first one is like a movie I would watch. The second one is not a great movie.
Thank you for sending me. I am 100% Red Angry Birds. You are 100% Chuck Angry Birds.
Yes.
Who would be Bomb? Who would be
One,
Bomb that we
there
both
is,
know?
there is no doubt.
I unironically have been court ordered to go to therapy before, so yeah, this is I am Red.
All right, keep that in. We're keeping that in. All right, all right. We'll see we'll talk. We'll see. All right, we'll hear from. We'll see everybody next week. Remember, kids. Remember, kids. Eat your vegetables.
Drive safe. Don't have a
Holy shit.
sake juice box before you do.